Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. A new home for lost, stray, and abandoned dogs has recently opened. We sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to give you your first look at the brand new Cleveland Kennel.
Though it was bitterly cold outside as the ribbon was cut on the new Cleveland Kennel,
1, 2, 3.
the inhabitants of the kennel were warm and cozy inside. Ward 15 Councilman Matt Zone told me he was excited the kennel is finally open.
Today's a tremendous day. You know, the city has been wanting to build a new facility since 2004. For a variety of reasons. There were some challenges with the old site. We wanted to build it at Clark Field. We really couldn't. And to think now that we are opening up this new magnificent $7.3 million facility, you really can tell how excited the community is. And I'm really thankful for the volunteers and the employees of this place because they deserve it.
At the ribbon cutting ceremony, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson thanked all those who kept pushing to make this project happen.
They went through the time when the old kennel had outlived its usefulness. It was not the best place in the world to work or to care for animals. But they stuck with it, and because of what they did, it became a better place than it ever would have been because of their work, the employees and the volunteers. So and I also want to thank the people of the city of Cleveland for supporting and voting for issue 32, because without issue 32, this would not have happened.
Kennel manager Colleen Sadlecki told me the new facility now has better amenities to house lost or stray dogs.
Well, we have pods of dog cages. There's pods with 7 kennels in each, and they're individually ventilated, so it's going to help promote like a safe, clean environment for the dogs. We are harvesting rainwater to use to wash trucks, so we've got environmentally different environmental practices. We have a new medical facility, and we have a surgery suite, so we can do spay and neuter surgeries here as well.
The new Cleveland Kennel sits on more than 15,000 square feet, which means there's plenty of space for the dogs to stretch their legs.
We have 5 play yards in the back, and we do a lot of play groups for them so they get the exercise and get that enrichment.
Though this is a beautiful facility, this is only a temporary home for these dogs, and that's where you come in. Stop by the new Cleveland Kennel at West 92nd in Detroit, or check out petango.com to see all the cute little doggies waiting for their forever home. At the new Cleveland Kennel for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Cleveland Hopkins International Airport has a new clear way to travel. A press conference and ribbon cutting was held in the ticketing lobby to introduce the new Clear system, which helps travelers verify their identity. Airport Director Robert Kennedy is thrilled to have the latest amenity.
We're glad to be with another 24 airports focused upon customer and guest experience, and by adding this amenity to our travelers.
Leah Hollander, who is the Chief of Staff for Clear, explains what it is and how it works.
Clear is changing the way consumers live, work, and travel by transforming everything in your wallet into a single biometric ID. At the airport, that means rather than taking your ID out to show to a TSA officer, we automate that upfront ID checking portion. If you think of security having 2 steps to it, usually you stop and have your ID checked and then put your bags on physical screening. Clear automates that upfront ID checking portion, making it faster, easier, and then from there you proceed through to security screening. So when you come to the airport, you will see pods like this and some of our what we call ambassadors, staff there to help you through the process. You go to the Clear lane, you either use your fingerprint or hold still for a quick picture of your eyes, scan your boarding pass. They will help you then into physical screening from there. Membership is $179 a year, so about $15 a month. That is on an annual basis, and we have a family plan that allows you to add up to 3 family members to your account for just $50 a year. So thinking about that business and leisure traveler, really an opportunity to make it accessible for everybody.
It adds predictability in the experience. If you look last year or the year before, we put our wait times up on our displays here, and it can say from 0 to 20 minutes or longer. the Clear offers predictability. Another amenity as we plan to exceed 10 million annual passengers this year.
For more information, visit clevelandairport.com. Mayor Frank Jackson recently swore in 2 new members for the Cleveland Community Police Commission. Tiffany Artis and Christopher Brown each recited the oath of office delivered by Mayor Jackson as their friends, families, and colleagues looked on.
And I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of Cleveland Police Commission of the State of Ohio during my continuance in said office. Congratulations,
Thank you.
After being sworn in, Ms. Artis told the crowd she looks forward to her role on the panel.
I look forward to joining the panel members of the commission and hope that I can bring some insight with the youth as I work a lot with them to kind of blur some lines between what's going on in the community and with the police officers.
Christopher Brown said he is looking forward to strengthening the relationship between the community and the police.
I really look forward to working with the group and figuring out how we can manage community policing and interaction between community and police. Thank you for the opportunity.
The former Atlas building on Pearl Road will soon become the new home for the Old Brooklyn Community Development Corporation, along with other businesses.
3, 2, 1. Tear down that wall.
To celebrate, local leaders and members of the CDC participated in a wood plank removal ceremony and champagne toast.
So we really felt like, as the Community Development Corporation, that we needed to put our money where our mouth was, and if we were going to encourage investment on our Main Street, Pearl Road, that we needed to invest in our Main Street as well. So we kind of reviewed the buildings on the Main Street, and we felt like this and a couple other buildings were sort of our most standout buildings, and so when the possibility to acquire this property came about, we felt like it was a no-brainer that we had to do this in order to show the neighborhood that we were going to lead.
We have a couple of tenants in place so far, our own offices of the Old Brooklyn Community Development Corporation. We're planning on moving those offices in. We also have Jack Creative, which is a local advertising agency that has actually started here in Old Brooklyn. They've outgrown their space, so they're looking to move into the building as well. And we're working with a number of other potential tenants to come in to use either storefront space or restaurant space and office space in this building. So we hope to have this building tenanted over the next few months here, and we're really excited about the great opportunity for new businesses to come into Old Brooklyn. And we recognize that what was a really worn out old building really could become a centerpiece of this neighborhood.
Ward 12 Councilman Anthony Brancatelli spoke to us about the importance of the development corporations and their investment in historical spaces.
One of the issues around having a CDC own their own real estate, one, it's important for them for their bottom line. It's important that they have a permanent address, that they invest in the community, and more importantly, that they do the complicated deals, because no one else can put these kind of transactions together with the layers of financing that's necessary and the complexity of doing a historic building like this. So the CDC brings a unique set of skills to the table that they can package this, put this together, and long term, having a CDC that has the experience in doing development deals can help the next deal. So when someone else comes along and says, I would like to do historic building, now they have the blueprint, the MO for how to do another historic project. So this is a great example of the CDC leading and then a CDC bringing other partners to the table.
For more information, visit oldbrooklyn.com. The Ohio Technical College over on East 51st Street teamed with the Construction Employers Association to offer an Opportunities in Construction information event for those with an interest in the trade.
The industry is very rewarding in the sense of the work one performs and the development of Cleveland and the building up of Cleveland, the rehabilitation of Cleveland, that, be able to be a part of that, to change Cleveland's neighborhoods It's healthcare, it's educational institutions, it's entertainment, it's tourism industries, which are really about the economy and the jobs of Cleveland, which comes down to we need individuals to perform that work.
Ward 10 Councilman Anthony Hairston also attended the event, highlighting the jobs that construction brings to the community.
We have not always been, participating for various reasons in this field, and CEA wanted to change that conversation and do something differently, to get folks from our neighborhoods on these job sites and being a part of these unions in the construction field.
Turner Construction was one of the many companies that attended the event. Turner rep Orlando Taylor spoke to us about the importance of filling all these jobs.
Construction is a great career. It's not just a job that you do for like a summer. You can do this for 25, 30 years and retire and have a great experience.
Natalie Beasley attended the event looking to broaden her perspective about construction trades.
Just being here today, I've really learned something new, and learning about, the various apprenticeships. It's fascinating to me how, you can, in a few years, become really good at something that you love or you're passionate about, and you'll be able to take care of yourself, pretty well, actually.
For more information about how to start a career in construction, visit buildohio.org. The Turner School of Construction Management is a free program that is offered to help minority and women-owned business owners and their employees within the construction industry, and it's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. They recently held a kickoff meeting for their construction management course at Tri-C. Mayor Frank Jackson spoke about the importance of the program.
This is work. This is work, and our job in Cleveland as government is to assist you in that work. And we've done that by working with the private sector, and again, with the owners of these major developments and owners of construction companies, for them to accept the Cleveland way of allowing a greater participation and inclusion into that prosperity and that wealth and that experience that is out there.
Dr. Melissa Burrows, Chief of the Office of Equal Opportunity, explains to the students how the department works to help their businesses.
One of the main functions of OEO is really to evaluate contracts prior to them being awarded for good faith effort. So in other words, contracts aren't just given to people, right? We're going to evaluate those contracts to determine whether or not the prime contractor has actually subcontracted with participants and contractors to make a good faith effort.
For more information, visit turnerconstruction.com. Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed the finalists in the annual Maltz Museum of Jewish Heritage's Stop the Hate essay writing contest to City Hall. Ben Becker of the museum explains the premise of the contest.
The Stop the Hate program is now in its 11th year, and we ask 6th through 12th grade students in Northeast Ohio to write an essay describing their experiences with hatred, bigotry, and discrimination. We asked them to reflect on that experience and ultimately, and most importantly, what they plan to do about it. So we want to know from students in our community how they're working against hatred and bigotry and what they're doing to create positive change in their community.
The group and their families first met with Mayor in his office where they took photos together, and then they moved to the Red Room where they engaged in a dialogue about the effects of hate and how their voices can be used for change.
It's very heartening to see every year another generation of juniors and seniors and younger students as well taking the messages to heart and really inspiring us with their wisdom and insights into what creates a positive and supportive community that's based on mutual respect and understanding between individuals rather than judgment and prejudice based on looks or personal preferences.
The winner of the Stop the Hate essay contest was Solon High School senior Sam Oguntoyinbo. Sam wrote about the personal effects of bias in his life.
I wrote about an incident at my job where I was the subject of a little bit of bias, a little bit of patronization, and I just talked about how that made me feel and how that reflects a pattern of prejudice and a pattern of hatred that is all too common in our society.
With this win, Sam won a $40,000 college scholarship, which will come in handy as he'll be studying neuroscience next year at Yale University. As for now, Sam will be reading his winning essay to Cleveland City Council. So was he nervous?
A little bit nervous, but I don't know. I think I have like a base level of nervousness that makes it not fluctuate too much, so I think I'm all right.
TV20 would like to congratulate Sam and the other finalists in the Stop to Hate contest. For more information, visit maltzmuseum.org. Well, a local pediatrician was recently honored for his work in trying to promote reading to children. At a ceremony in the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall, Metro Health pediatrician Dr. Robert Needleman received a proclamation from Mayor Frank Jackson for his organization, Reach Out and Read. Through the organization, a free book is given to a child aged newborn to 5 when they come in for a visit. Mayor Jackson offered his congratulations on Reach Out and Read, which has been serving Cleveland for 20 years, and praised the 3 hospitals that work together to keep this initiative going for so long.
Having 3 major hospitals come together and to recognize this as an initiative that they should be supportive of, it really speaks to the fact that the need for success here, because everything that we've done and we've been successful at as a city, we've done as one community, and we put aside our self-interest, our organizational or institutional interest, and we've done it for the community at large.
Dr. Needleman thanked all of those who supported Reach Out and Read and kept it going strong.
From the beginning, our ethic was, we're in it together. We don't care which institution the child belongs to. A child needs this support. And that's been maybe for me the most positive and wonderful thing about Reach Out and Read.
For more information on Reach Out and Read program, visit their website, reachoutandread.org. It was story time for a kindergarten class at the Eastside Academy of the Arts Constellation School in Slavic Village, courtesy of Councilman Anthony Brancatelli.
On his hook, he had a book, and on his book was how to cook. We saw him sit and try to cook. He took a look at the book on the hook.
The councilman was a guest reader in Mrs. Merkel's kindergarten class as they celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday and Read Across America Day.
Read Across America is just an amazing day to get young kids engaged and have them understand the importance of reading. And for us to be able to get books in these young children's hands is just really important to us. Education is something that we just need to keep pushing for these young children. And as they start at these young ages, it really is going to help them as they get older. And it's just a great opportunity for us to engage with young children.
Councilman Brancatelli, along with his student helper, read several books by Dr. Seuss to the class, including One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and the classic Green Eggs and Ham.
That's Sam I am. That's Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. I don't think he looks happy now. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like them, green eggs and ham.
After the councilman was done reading, he surprised the class by giving each student a Dr. Seuss book of their very own. The kids were happy to have Councilman Brancatelli read to them as much as the councilman enjoyed being there.
I really want to give Ms. Merkel a lot of credit. She had a wonderful class. Those kids were well behaved and they really paid attention. So a lot of credit to those young children who really do, you can see the discipline and how much they really want to pay attention and understand.
You gotta love some classic Dr. Seuss. Well, don't change that channel. We're gonna be right back with more TV20 News.
I have been nominated for Best Horror Host of the Year at the Rondo Hatton Classic Horror Awards.
I need you to go and tell them that I, Lamia, Queen of the Dark of Horror Hotel, am your pick for Best Horror Host. I'm counting on you guys, but until I see you next time, stay bloody.
Welcome back to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Great jobs in the technology field are out there, but first you need to learn how to code. TV20 reporter Dan Monroe shows us one resource that you can use to get the job you need.
As a part of its In-Demand Jobs Week, the Ohio Means Jobs facility in downtown Cleveland welcomed Marty Mordarski of coding school Tech Elevator to talk about the numerous jobs in the tech field.
Tech Elevator is a 14-week coding boot camp where we teach people to become software developers. We work with people from all walks of life who come through our school, and at the end of those 14 weeks are hired in at entry-level, junior-level technical positions with companies throughout Northeast Ohio.
Mordarski says tech jobs are plentiful if you have the proper training.
The internet affects almost every part of our life these days, and the power to control the devices and mechanisms that utilize those languages and those applications is really important and critical. There just aren't enough people who know those languages, who have that power, so there's a huge mismatch in supply and demand for companies that need people with these skills and people who are actually graduating from either programs like ours or colleges and universities with those skill sets.
Anthony King is interested in changing career fields, so he stopped by the Ohio Means Jobs facility to learn more about Tech Elevator.
I hadn't had much thought about it, but then I found out about this particular program today, and I thought that might be a good place for me to go into or look into. And because I like seeing how things work, and I like coming up with different things, and so I thought it'd be an interesting thing to look at today.
Tech Elevator trains in two types of coding, Java and .NET, and in as little as 14 weeks, you can have the training you need in one of these languages. Visit their website at techelevator.com/Cleveland for more information. At the Ohio Means Jobs Career Facility for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
VIP Dental Assisting School hosted an informational session as part of In-Demand Jobs Week. Those interested had a chance to learn more and ask questions about the 11-week program that's offered on Saturdays.
And it is designed for working families to have opportunity to go back to school and not have to worry about having to, quit their job or not being able to do something different because, they have to work from Monday through Friday. So our program is specifically designed for someone who's looking for a career change and is free on the weekends.
Though the program is for dental assisting, Veronica says it can lead to other opportunities.
There are many career opportunities, from dental assistants to front office staff members, dental hygienists, FDAs. Our program is strictly dental assisting, but however, there are things that you can do when you're in the program to expand. You can be a dental assistant for 2 years, go back to school and become an FDA within a year. And so this would be like a stepping stone in dentistry.
For more information, visit VIPDentalASST.com or call 440-882-3636. The 20th anniversary of the National Arts Program opening ceremony was held at the Cadell Fine Arts on Detroit Avenue. Artists of every skill level that are City of Cleveland residents or employees had the chance to have their work professionally judged. Winners received cash prizes and youth education scholarships. Cultural arts manager for the City of Cleveland, Rosa Cassiano, says there are many different art programs offered throughout the city's 22 recreation centers.
The commitment and the support for the Cultural Arts Department has grown, and the staff has grown. I have a wonderful staff that we service 18 centers out of the 22 that we have, so all across the City of Cleveland, and it's just been great support from the mayor all the way down.
The 2019 Harvest for Hunger campaign officially kicked off earlier this month at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. Local community partners spoke about the past year's success in fundraising, which included supplying over 22 million meals to those in need in our city, and the goals that they have for 2019. Chief Operating Officer for the City of Cleveland, Darnell Brown, says he is proud to participate in the campaign since its inception.
Of all the things that I get a chance to do in the community, it's probably my favorite. I love being, first of all, on the board of the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, but the Harvest for Hunger campaign is so significant for our community, and it gives all of our partners, whether it's on the media side or the grocers or the community at large, really an opportunity to do something to help fight hunger in our community.
Chief Brown is also proud of the city's employees' generous contributions, which came in to over $117,000 in 2018.
Every year, the City of Cleveland employees actually have the highest fundraising campaign for all of the food and fun campaigns in the area. So Cleveland has done that year in, year out. Every year, they find an incredible way to kind of rally around the challenge, the goal we set, and they get it done. So they're an incredible team of folk.
It has to make you proud.
Oh, every year.
Joe Simperman and Chris Ronayne were back to MC the Shopping Cart Challenge, where local personalities race to get the Super Six's donated foods.
Chris and I have been doing this for now, we think, 7 years. And the reason why we always do it is that you just don't have enough opportunities like this where people are coming together for one cause to fight for something. And we do it in a way that only Cleveland does, which is with generosity. But, you know, it's just people can have fun while they're doing something that's really serious. And for me, what the food bank shows people is that we can end hunger. It's possible in our lifetime. And the way that you do it is by getting everybody together.
So tell us about Harvest for Hunger itself and why you think it's so vital for our community.
Well, you know, as we know, this place can scale. They can bring in $1 and leverage it to 4 more meals. So a quarter will buy a meal in Cleveland because this place can put that together. I think it's great that it's an all-in effort. You know, our companies across town, our governments, thank you City Hall, you always lead as a government in terms of the amount of money you raise for Harvest for Hunger. I think it's well over $100,000 now and many more meals. So everybody involved. You know, I was talking to my kids about it yesterday on their way to school. When kids are involved at their school, then they're learning about a culture of giving, about a culture of care. And so everybody, from our school kids to our grocers in the neighborhood, to our companies involved, to our government, it's a wonderful effort that runs basically now until mid-spring. We'll be out on Wade Oval, so we invite everybody in early May. Look at universitycircle.org's website, and we hope we'll have slider and ketchup and mustard and onion back. But what we'll do is a walk for hunger. So you want to sign up, see us on our website, and we will one lap around is a quarter mile. You can walk a mile in 4 laps and raise some money along the way, bring out some canned goods, bring out some funds, and this is all about supporting those in Cleveland who need a leg up. And I think this is at the core of who we are as human beings. Let's support our brothers and sisters.
We caught up with the president of the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, Kristen Warkoza, to discuss the stigma behind hunger and what they look for in donations.
Nearly 50% of recipients at local hunger programs are children or senior citizens who absolutely need nutritious food to be healthy and to thrive. In addition, more and more we're seeing working poor families, people who've gone back to work post-recession, but they're working really hard in lower paying jobs and they just can't make ends meet. So they're forced to make very difficult choices between, say, food and medicine, or food and transportation. You know, they use dollars from the food budget to put gas in their car to get to work, and there's just not enough left over at the end of the month. And so they're turning to us for help. We always ask for financial contributions first and foremost because they help us bring in, for example, donated fresh produce from other parts of the country. But in addition, for folks who really want to donate food, we ask for the Super Six. So that is things like cereal, beef stew, pasta, canned soup, fruits, and vegetables. We also love peanut butter, tuna fish, things that can be stretched a long way for a family. There are so many ways that you can help. Please go to our website, harvestforhunger.org, to sign up and host a food and funds drive at your company, to make a gift online. We've got a special match today. Remember to give at your supermarket or become an advocate.
The Huntington Convention Center in downtown Cleveland saw thousands of fans of comic books, TV, and movies at the Wizard World Comic-Con.
We've had a lot of people come by and just kind of shared how much it brought up their youth. So it's a lot of nostalgia that we have, gotten story-wise from a lot of the guests that have attended today.
For many of the vendors, participating in Wizard World is a way for them to give back to the fans and the community.
For me, it was, and I still am, a huge nerd. And when I came out in '85, I was 10. So when I saw it in the movie theater, I'm like, I've got to have this car. I was just a diehard fan of the film. And, growing up in the '80s, for me, it was very difficult to live that nerdom. It just wasn't a popular thing to do. So, seeing something like that and kind of being in a fantasy world without having to deal with those types of issues as a kid, it just brought that kind of nostalgia out in me to say, I want to do this because it relives a lot of that childhood experience. And I wanted to give that opportunity for other people that shared the same passion.
About 10 years ago, it started out with 3 best friends who were going to hospital to hospital and administering to the children who were in the hospital who were bedridden. The next thing you know, in the last 10 years, it grew from 3 people to over 80 people now. And what we do is we go to all the children in the hospitals, from the Make-A-Wish Foundation to the Cleveland Clinic, the Ronald McDonald House, which, by the way, we sponsor a room out there, and we help these children who are either going through a lot of adversity, going through personal struggles, or they're going through terminal illnesses.
It's not just the vendors who arrive in costume. Attendees come dressed as their favorite character or time period.
It's fun to dress up nice. It's like I'd been coming for a couple years, and then Dad found out one of his favorite actors was going to be here, so he decided to come, and he actually let me dress him up.
Yeah, she said, "Daddy, you should come with me here." So she started putting some attire together for me.
And the best part about Wizard World?
No judgment. It's like a good way to relax.
Diversity of characters. A lot of interesting individuals here. A lot of different themes and different ideas.
And it's like you never know. It's like you could be talking to a lawyer, you could be talking to a person who works at McDonald's. I remember talking to a psychiatrist once, didn't even know it.
Wizard World is such a good time. Make sure you check out their website, listed below, to find out what the dates are for 2020. That's all for your TV20 news. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.